Hit me with it.
The villain, Marty Scurll.
Oh.
Wow. I did not see that one coming. That's intense.
You got it. There you go.
Nice. Alright. Kenny Omega hitting him with the welcome to the World of the Worlds.
Gotta tell you, incidental nerd.
You saved the show.
Not only am I a host with the most, I'm the tech man.
You're the new tech guy.
Tech man. You know, and now that we have sound, I didn't even do what's right this week.
Uh-oh.
By the way, welcome. Here are your hosts, Hank312.
Oh man, that's me.
And Incidental Nerd.
That's you.
I was so excited to be here with you, brother. I completely forgot that we had to introduce ourselves.
Would you not do it?
I didn't.
Man. How do we start the show?
Woo! I don't know.
How do you start?
I hit the Friday night. I hit the 10:30-ish. I did the WTAR, and then I just was like, I want to talk to you, man.
You didn't even let him know who he is.
God damn.
Don't you know who we think we are? God damn it. CJ, do you guys watch any WCPW? I do not, unfortunately. I don't know how to catch it or where to catch it. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
WCPW?
Yes. I think it's a Euro League, isn't it?
Is that the what?
I don't think it's What Culture.
It's not What Culture because WC. Well,
it could be.
What Culture Professional Wrestling?
I mean that would make sense.
From what I understand, though, I've been hearing. I listen to Jim Ross's podcast, so he's going to talk about this a lot.
Oh, that's What Culture.
The Fight app.
Fight app, right?
I think the Fight app has. I haven't really looked into it, but I think the Fight app has carries What Culture.
Okay.
And he recently, I've been listening to a ton of podcasts this week. So recommendations, if you guys haven't listened to them, Stone Cold versus Stone Cold with Shane McMahon.
Oh, heard that's a good one.
Very good.
Nice.
Jim Ross with Rey Mysterio.
Oh wow.
Talking about little Dominic, who's not little anymore. Oh, Dominic, 20 years old, 6'1", 200 pounds. He started his training. Papa's training him.
205 Live.
Woo!
Was he trying to get to the dojos of Ring of Honor?
Well,
New Japan?
He did mention that he'd like to get him into a dojo system. He doesn't want to, Ray being the pro that he is, doesn't want to give him that, here you go, go to NXT, whatever.
Right.
He wants him to go through, go through it the right way.
Makes sense.
But I digress. Or do I?
I don't know. Or do you?
Well, we were talking about Payback.
Oh yeah, we were. KO dropped the title, got it back.
Absolutely, yeah. It happened the very next night. We had another great match by Neville and Austin Aries.
Well, such a good.
These guys, I mean, you know what? There's a chant that goes around, and it gets used a little too often in wrestling these days. But I'm gonna say it: fight forever.
Yeah, man.
That's how good these guys are together. And Neville, I mean, the heel ending, pulling in the ref to get out of tapping out.
Awesome.
Mwah. You know what? We saw a little touch of Neville heel in NXT towards the end of his time at NXT.
Right.
He turned on Sami Zayn, and but it wasn't this.
Oh no.
This is like a full-on another gear. I don't think the guy ever even knew he had.
Probably not. No, he's on the top of his game right now. I think this is the best he's probably ever been in his career.
Absolutely.
His work shows it. His everything he's doing right now is showing it.
And I mean, I think we've talked about it. Austin Aries has completely won me over. Like I saw his work in TNA, and I didn't care.
Right.
And I saw a little bit of the work that started with NXT when he he had his match with Naka. Naka messed him up pretty bad. He had a couple matches before he got hurt.
Right.
And then ended up in commentary. His commentary, all right, I get your character, whatever. But the matches with Neville have been so good.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, like you said, fight forever. You pair those two together, they can go anytime.
And, bringing it back to another podcast that I listened to, Court Bauer, I don't know if you're familiar with him. Former guy that worked with WWE. Stone Cold taps him every once in a while to cover some of the pay-per-views.
Okay.
So they talked about Payback. I know I'm gonna call this Backlash at some point. So they were talking about Payback, and an interesting thing that I never even thought of. I realized that they're doing it, changing out the aprons and the ropes for the cruiserweight matches.
Right.
We realize that takes 10 minutes to do.
Wow.
So you're kicking off the show, then you've got a 10-minute wait in between the next match.
Well, they're probably doing backstage segments.
But they're showing videos and that kind of thing. But think about what that does to the crowd. This is doing a disservice to the cruiserweight division.
What up, Showtime? Oh, for sure.
How good are the cruiserweight? Like, a lot of the guys that are in that division are awesome. We've seen them on the indies. I mean, a couple of guys are injured right now and out that we really know. Cedric Alexander, really love.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Jack Gallagher, awesome. TJP. And they really, I feel like, to this point, the fans haven't really been into it, and I think Neville and Austin have kind of brought them in. But it was interesting for me to hear them bring up the point that there's that 10 minutes of where the crowd is kind of losing its energy.
It deflates.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know it took 10 minutes. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they switch out the apron and the ropes completely.
Right, so I can see how it can take the air out of a
hot crowd.
Yes. And cool them off a bit. Showtime, what's up, man? How you been? Where you been? We've missed you.
Goodness.
We were about to put you on that same poster as Ukes. Although I've seen more Ukes on Twitter lately.
Have you?
I've seen her.
Maybe she didn't maybe she got rid of me. I haven't seen anything.
Oh, it was a sneaky tweet. I don't know. I think she just posted a picture or something like that. I was like, who's this?
A little piece of artwork.
Ukes. I think so.
Did you give it a little heart and say, "We miss you, Ukes"?
Pretty sure.
Nice.
Says Ukes 316.
Justin says best thing that happened to Neville was turning heel.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. He was languishing, is the word I'm going to use, in mediocrity. I'm sorry I'm throwing out those big words, but I was around my daughter all day today. I picked her up from college, so I feel smart.
You feel smart.
It just rubbed off on me. Yeah, you know it.
SMRT.
I'm smart. SMRT. So no, but it was really, they didn't really know what they were doing with Neville.
Mm-hmm.
Like, phenomenal worker, amazing moveset.
Oh yeah.
And that's
in the ring he's one of the best.
The other thing that's great about this heel turn
mm-hmm.
is he's got that red arrow in his back pocket. Which is one of the most electrifying moves in sports
entertainment.
And he's just like, he teases it. He's like, I'm going to do nah, backs off of it.
People want to see it.
Exactly.
Love it.
Great heel move.
I couldn't agree more. CJ over here says, thoughts on Braun missing 6 to 8 weeks?
Ouch.
Yeah, it's
I mean, that couldn't have happened in a worse time for him. Especially with, I really feel like, I can't believe I'm saying this fucking name again. I really feel like at Great Balls of Fire, he was going to go against Brock. I think that was going to be the match.
No.
I really don't think that they have any intention of having Brock Roman for a very long time.
Oh, I agree with that.
But are you going to put in, I mean, at this point, it feels like they've shifted the guys that were wanting to go to the Universal title, Seth and Finn Balor, and The Miz for that matter.
Yeah.
They've kind of shifted them into the IC conversation.
Right.
So who do you got that's going to go against Brock?
Showtime does say that was a scheduled match. Now they're saying Brock Balor, which is what I heard also. They're going to have a tournament for the number one contender match. They're going to have a number one contender tournament. I'm
down with that. I enjoy a good tournament. I really do. You know, it's story builder, and you can get a lot out of it. You know, not just who's your number one contender, but you can kind of build some other storylines out of it as well.
Some dope feuds.
Absolutely.
I'm down with that, and maybe we see the return of the Demon Finn. Who knows?
I'd like to see that.
I would.
I kind of feel like WWE is like the face paint killing. Like they don't like.
Well, obviously they love it because they put on the Ascension.
Oh jeez.
Those guys look bad. Hell yeah, I love it. You love them?
Yeah.
Well, I know you like face paint.
Who's the big guy? Victor?
Yeah. Victor looks
His face paint is awesome.
I think, yeah.
The other guy, not so much.
Connor is not believable. There's something off about Connor.
Which is why, if you go back in the old NXT tapes, you'll see that Ascension was a different. It was like they've tried a couple guys with Victor. Nick C over here says, "What do you think of the House of Horrors?" Which I'd like. I was hoping we could just kind of go through the Payback card. Let's talk about that. So we'll get to the House of Horrors in a second.
Treehouse of Horrors?
The Treehouse of Horrors.
Okay.
So up after that was the tag match for the titles. Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Hardys.
Good match.
Very good match. High intensity. I mean, Jeff got a tooth kicked out of his fucking mouth.
Sure did.
That was ridiculous. Because, like, a lot of times when you're like, this has been with Miz and Dolph. Like, oh my God! Dolph kicked some teeth out of his mouth. And, it wasn't true.
This time it's legit.
Like, it was completely legit. Now, I don't know if it was a tooth that had already been, like, he had lost or whatever.
I don't know.
Because there was zero blood.
Sheamus got him good, though.
He did.
That was just a clean...
Oh, flush right to the face.
Yep.
Yeah. Hardys go over.
Of course.
And, a little bit expected, Sheamus and Cesaro turn.
Yeah, that was great. I like it. I enjoy it. I like heel them. I always think Sheamus is a good heel.
Yeah, Sheamus is a good heel. Cesaro, I haven't seen it out of him.
Well, he came in as a heel. With Oksana.
I kind of feel like Cesaro is a heel in that he thinks he's better than everybody else.
I'm okay with that.
But I also feel like he kind of plays fair. Like, he doesn't cheat. Sheamus isn't afraid to cheat.
Right.
We haven't seen that. Like, a good heel is not afraid to use their environment, and I just haven't seen it out of Cesaro. I hope, because I like this tag team.
Right.
And I'd like to see them future-wise. I mean, I want the Hardys to hold the gold for a little while. I have some thoughts in my head.
Got some stuff percolating?
Yeah, man, I want the Hardys to hold the titles for at least a couple more months. Because I really feel like Broken Matt is on the horizon.
I hope so.
And I think the way that it happens is they lose the titles.
Right.
And from what I understand, this is information that came out this week. I don't know if you heard it. But the signing of Jeff apparently was in the works for over a year.
Right.
And Vince was interested in bringing Jeff back as a main event guy.
Wow.
And I think the plans are still to gradually move away from the Hardy Boys, which I don't know why they're not just called the Hardys at this point.
Right.
But
they mentioned in one of the Raw talks, something like that. Like, we're no longer boys. We've grown.
Yeah, I mean, just call them the Hardys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what everybody in all the fans call them.
Right.
So
it's the Hardy Boys.
Anyways, so I think it would be great to have them. They drop the titles. Matt goes broken because of it.
Right.
And then Jeff goes off on his own little tangent for a while. And then you don't have to do all of that craziness.
Right.
But you can still get to a point where
you good into it?
Brother Nero, I knew you'd come. I'm just thinking, just out loud thinking.
I feel it.
So,
I think it's gonna that eventually if that gets settled, Anthem or whatever, that's gonna be they're gonna be the Broken Hardys again.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing is like with the WWE, what does Anthem have to lose? They're gonna get some money out of the E. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because what else can they do? Right. At this point, make a little bit of extra money.
I'm with you on that.
One of my notes here is that match felt like a classic tag team match to me. And maybe it just was because of the nostalgia factor of the Hardys.
Yeah.
But it just felt like one of those, dare I say, Edge and Christian Hardy Boy or the Dudley Boys versus the Hardys kind of a match.
Right.
Just the all the interaction and stuff. That's how it felt to me.
No, I really enjoyed that match. I'm really enjoying Sheamus and Cesaro's heel work. I mean, typical wrestling fan, right? You want everyone to be heel. But
I'm not all about the heels, but yeah, no,
it works
absolutely.
for them, for sure.
It does absolutely work for them. Did we cover that? Any news?
No. We're quiet over here on the Facebook front.
All right, I'll quiet over there.
Got him captivated.
Next match was the women's match. So we have our Bayley versus Alexa Bliss.
The goddess.
I gotta say, like, I thought Alexa's got a great look.
Right.
Her work in NXT. I did not think she was going to be at this level this quickly.
Oh no, never. Definitely never thought that.
She comes out in her little Iron Man inspired gear.
She's doing it.
Looking great. Had a, I'm not going to call it a great match. They're not comfortable with each other. Right. Bayley and Alexa. Not the way like Bayley and Charlotte are so, like we've been seeing Bayley and Charlotte for a while here, and those two are so used to working with each other that it's almost like they don't even have to call the match.
Of course, they could do it in their sleep.
Yeah, and so Alexa, while she did have a couple matches against Bayley down in NXT, it's been a while. So I thought there were some bumps in the road, but all in all, a good match. I was a little disappointed to see Bayley drop the title, but I felt it coming.
Right.
I feel like when somebody's in their hometown, you have to expect a loss or a beating or something.
Of course.
Like, yeah. And
Vince loves that.
Yes, and this was another thing that came up in one of the podcasts that I listened to. I can't remember who, or I would absolutely give credit for it. But they're talking about the hometown thing. And I think it might have been Jim Ross who was saying, like, he doesn't like seeing a hometown guy get his ass beat or lose.
Okay. Yeah.
Which made me laugh because how many times do we have to see Jim Ross get the shit kicked out of him by Stone Cold in his home state?
Every time they hit Jim Ross or did anything with it, I hated it. I was like, leave him alone.
No, yeah. There was
a treasure.
Absolutely.
Him and Regal. Leave Regal alone. The Regal will kick ass.
So, sorry, let me see. Alexa is killing it. Not sure where they were going with her and Nia.
I think Nia is just going to be her
best friend.
Her best friend, but like her muscle, her big, like no pun intended on that,
heavy.
Like, yeah, just her heavy hitter, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think that it's got a great setup with the whole thing of like she wants a title match, and so she's like, until I get my match, I'm gonna be right there next to you.
Right, that makes sense.
So it's almost like Alexa can dangle it in front of her to get her what she wants done.
Right.
Which that does set up kind of some cool stuff.
Yeah. Well, Alexa, since coming up, I think she's by far been like the most surprising or most improved woman. I mean, Charlotte, probably one of the best of all time, arguably the best woman wrestler of all time. But no, I don't think anyone can say they expected this out of Alexa so quick.
No, not at all.
I think she's been doing really well. She can handle herself on the mic. She can shut a crowd down. She's good, man. She looks like she belongs out there. She's 5'0", but dude, doesn't matter. She's doing work.
She's Little Miss Bliss.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, more of that. Absolutely. Really, more bliss. So following that match we had, we now get into the House of Horrors.
That's terrible. I think I fell asleep during it.
I mean, I didn't. I have a few goofy freaking notes here. Wow. So let's set this up.
Go for it.
Randy pulls up in a limousine, gets out of the limo, walks up to the house. It's lit in red. A tractor drives by with no one on it.
Yeah, that's so dumb.
And then he goes into the house and immediately gets attacked by Bray.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how this was supposed to be a House of Horrors. It was kind of laughable. It had a very Blair Witch feel to it.
Yeah, that was...
You know, some of the rooms, there was like a room with all baby dolls, like all mutilated and like put back together,
Also stupid idiots.
or like sticks all sewn together. It ends up just in the kitchen where they're just like beating the shit out of each other.
It was the worst.
You know, Randy ends up under a refrigerator and Bray gets into the limousine.
The refrigerator's the new champ.
And I didn't know how they were gonna do this match. This is not what I expected. I kind of was hoping that they would start the pay-per-view
Yeah.
like in the house and like
Progressive.
kind of like maybe have its finish the last before the main, which I think it ended up being that. But I think they could have gone in between and like done several different cuts.
They could have just chopped it up.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seemed goofy. It just, you know, and I kind of, it makes me wonder if this is the WWE's attempt to do final deletion.
I hope not, because they failed miserably.
But you know what I mean, though.
Well, they already tried with the Rays versus the Whites versus the New Day.
Yeah.
That was bad, also.
Yeah.
Showtime says the fact that San Jose was light outside and the house outside is dark made no sense.
Hey, you know, we here in Chicago didn't even think about that because it was dark out here, and we don't know that things happen in other places. So.
And CJ says hashtag push Ghost Tractor. No, man, it's all about refrigerator.
Refrigerator against Brock, bro, and Great Balls of Fire.
The fridge versus Brock.
And GBF.
Oh yeah, gee, gross.
So, I mean, overall, really, really kind of a stupid idea.
Oh, good show, but that was dumb.
No, I'm just talking about House of Horrors.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean,
let's never ever get another one of those.
Yeah, like I mean,
again.
Another thing that came up in a podcast that was kind of interesting. Court Bauer, like I said, he works for WWE.
Yes.
I guess he was a writer for them. So,
so is Freddie Prinze.
He's what?
So is Freddie Prinze.
That's true.
Junior.
I thought you said Frank the Clown for a second. I'm like, what?
Yeah, right.
Apparently, Michael Hayes has been pitching something like this for a very long time.
You wanted for with the Hardys and the Brood, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, like, for 17 years, Michael Hayes was pitching this match, and he finally got it.
Michael!
So, let's stop pitching that kind of idea.
He wears purple zoot suits.
And Zubas.
Mm-hmm.
He rocks those Zubas.
What else was on that card, other than the horrendous?
We had Rollins versus the Destroyer, Samoa Joe.
You know what I like? That they're still protecting Joe, even though I don't think they have any intention to ever do anything with him. They're still protecting him. They're still making him look strong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't... What... Why have a talent like Joe...
A world-class talent.
If you're not going to use him? Why... Okay, here's my saying. I don't know how long Samoa Joe's run is going to be in the WWE, but if we don't get a Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar before he's done in the WWE, they have completely failed as a company
100%.
when it comes to Samoa Joe.
Yeah, we need, like... That's easy money, man. You need that. You need that match.
What we got here?
Strange Eye says, yeah, oh, and then he says, a 17-year-old wet fart.
I heard an opinion about the House of Horrors match. The opinion was it was something that would happen in the Attitude Era. PG regardless. Curious if you all agree. I don't even think it would have happened in the PG era.
I think it definitely would have
in the Attitude Era.
No, for sure. I definitely could have seen that happening in there.
I mean, if they write a tank over to WCW, I don't see why they wouldn't do that.
Nick says Bray should have put the house on fire and left
I totally expected that to happen.
But
instead, he didn't want like this kneeled in front of it, and then they put red lights on it.
Yeah, the house turned red.
Yeah, that means the house is angry.
And somehow Randy got out and made it back.
So yeah, there was memes about that stuff. Like I didn't really notice or fact check, but some people seem to agree that apparently Randy at the House of Horrors, he had like a 5 o'clock shadow going and some like scruff. And when he showed up to the arena, he had like he was clean shaven.
Holy cow! Never paid that much.
He had time to stop and shave.
That's what we said. Like Randy had so much time in between the House of Horrors, and then somebody found the listing for the actual House of Horrors match house. It's like somewhere in Virginia for like $36,000. It's a total fixer upper as you saw.
Oh, okay.
Strange.
So yeah,
Property Brothers, maybe you want to get out there.
Strange Eye says I would have been down with the Godfather's House of Horrors match.
House of Horrors.
Me too, buddy. That would have been better, guaranteed.
Get on the whole train.
I like it. I definitely would have been on that.
So with the Sethy baby, Seth and Joe match. Oh yeah, Justin, it was definitely pre-recorded. I mean, without a doubt, that was pre-recorded.
1,000%.
Those guys were probably sitting in gorilla watching it.
Oh, no doubt.
So I mean, the Seth Joe match was a good match.
Yeah, as you would expect.
And I thought that the finish was, like you said, to protect Joe.
Yeah.
Joe locks in his submission hold, and Seth kind of weasels his way out of it, like kind of. Although I will say, camera angles, that was a 2 count.
Oh, no doubt. You saw the shoulder up immediately.
Yeah, and far be it for me to talk about any 2 counts because one of my. Don't you think? Oh! That is my biggest pet peeve in wrestling right now. It was funny the first, 3 times. And now it's like every wrestling crowd is doing it.
Oh, silly.
Why did you start such a thing?
I can't help it, man. It's going to be worse next week. It's going to be...
Oh, we'll get to that.
We will.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. She goes, yeah.
She's like, yeah, Noel's not going to be in the house. Gotta get rid of his ass.
So much room for activities now.
So much room for activities.
So, I kind of feel like
Chicken tonight.
We had this thing that happened with Randy and Bray with 0 resolution.
Yeah,
because Ginger the Hall shows up with the Singh brothers, attack Randy. Bray goes over because of the attack. It solved nothing in that. Now, I don't know if... I guess we're not supposed to get any kind of resolution, but there was no resolution whatsoever in the Bray-Randy thing.
No, it was 0.
We're just moving on to Ginger and Randy now.
Real quick, Strange Eye says, Nerd has officially become the get off my lawn guy. And then he says, 1, 2, sweet! Get off my stream! Oh, wait. Please stay.
Oh, they know you so well.
Get off my lawn.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, so okay, so and so that takes us into our main event. Into Roman versus Braun.
Oh, that was on there. Oh yeah, duh.
Yeah.
How about it?
So I was like, right before Roman came out, I was like, you know what they should do? They should tape him up. They should show that he's hurt.
Of course.
And his music hits, he comes out, he's taped up. I popped. I popped off of that just because I'm like, thank you.
Makes sense.
He's a human being. He's not Super Roman.
He's the big dog.
Okay, he's the big dog, but he's not Super Roman. Okay? He's not unbreakable.
Michael Elgin is unbreakable.
That's right. That guy's a stone.
Guys, must a good one.
Oh, I can only imagine.
I don't think Strowman could work him.
Michael Elgin versus anybody.
Oh no, they.
Right now, I'd pay Michael Elgin to see a wet paperback. Like he's so on top of his game right now. But anyway.
No, I mean, the work that we've seen him
Never
do.
seen a bad match. Never
No.
seen a bad match with him.
No, and I mean, and he can work. He can work with anybody. Like he can just work strictly. He can work with anybody.
Yep.
Even you want to do a little bit of a comedy act with him. He's capable of that. If you're just going to take it completely 100% serious, he can do that too. I mean, I'd say right now, top 10. He's in the top 10 wrestlers in the world right now.
I'm with that. I'm with it.
So, Roman comes out. He's bandaged up, and they proceed to beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, it was a good hard-hitting big boy match.
It was. And you know what? Something that I wasn't necessarily sure was going to happen, something that needed to happen, was that Braun beat him.
Oh, cleanly.
And I was not sure that they were going to do that because of the way that Roman's been booked over the last year, 2 years, whatever, however long it's been. I was like, I couldn't wrap my mind around after Braun beat the crap out of this guy, destroyed him in so many different ways, how Roman could get over on him.
Right.
So, thankfully, and the anti-soft to the bookers for a change, congratulations for actually booking the right finish.
You get the Hardy of the week.
The Hardy.
Get the Chub of the week.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that, my friend, that was Payback. And I almost said Backlash. Which is what's coming up.
Hey, Braun's not done with him yet.
But he's out now. You said 6 to 8 weeks?
Yeah, no, that's the official word.
And how long do they keep Roman out?
I don't know.
Because Roman ain't done with them either.
Aren't they starting to set up a Roman and Cena?
No, I mean, I think that's a long-term plan.
There's been a lot of word that they're worried about ratings, so Vince is...
Super Cena's coming back.
Say, John, I need your back.
Need your back, John. It's like, screw up, Vince.
Do you really feel like John Cena brings you ratings? Like, that's a big deal?
Not for us, but for kids, it probably.
Kids they need to go night-night.
Kids are such stupid idiots.
They need to be put on my list.
They're not watching, so it's okay. No, I read somewhere that Miz should be getting the IC belt soon, and that's going to lead to a Roman and Miz IC feud.
See, and here was one of the things that happened on Raw, the Raw after Payback.
Hit me with his own.
That we kind of knew was going to happen, but with Brock Lesnar being the Universal Champion and being a part-time player at this point,
holla holla.
Dean Ambrose comes out and he tells you what Vince wants you to understand.
Right.
He says point blank, this is the IC title, I'm the IC champ, and I am the #1 champion on this brand right now. And then they proceed to have top guys, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and Miz go and on a 3-way match to determine the #1 contender for that belt.
What else are they supposed to do when the big belt's not around?
Not give the big belt to somebody who's not going to be around. It diminishes the belt.
For the record, it's been more than 30 days since either big belt has been defended.
I think we talked about it on our last show.
Oh, we have.
I had completely forgotten that Brock was the Universal Champion.
Right.
Off topic, but have y'all seen the video where a TNA fan talked about how Roman Reigns is the best wrestler right now? Also, he said that the current Raw roster is just NXT. He pretty much shit-talked about Zayn Balor and a couple other top guys from NXT. A TNA fan?
No.
No.
What was his name? Pac by any chance? No, I'm kidding. I kid.
Silly. It was Glenn.
I know. That's exactly what I thought of every answer said Pac. Was like, this should obvious answer there was Glenn.
Pac's not a TNA fan, is he? I know he likes
He'll
tits and ass, but Does he watch Impact?
Yeah, for sure. Strange Knife hits you with I think you guys are on the same page there. Dean Snooze Bros. And then Strange
I
Knife,
feel
man.
bad for
Hey,
him.
Strange Knife, welcome, man. Welcome to because we've been on the train. He says, I thought I would never ever say this, but I'm a Miz guy now.
It's, you know what? But here's the thing that makes me feel okay about it. He's a heel. He's a heel. I don't like him, but he's a fucking good heel.
Oh, he's so good at what he does.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
that's the whole thing is like he does his job. He is meant to not be liked. And I don't like him.
Was one of the greatest heels in the last 20 years. He's a natural heel.
He is a natural heel.
I mean,
absolutely.
He has a face that you just want to punch.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean that, like, literally and also, like, as a compliment, because it's a compliment in his business.
I had comment, or interesting thing when we were talking about the Miz the other day, and Miz made a comment saying that he made Daniel Bryan, and you said you think he really believes that.
I do. I really honestly believe that Miz thinks that he made Daniel Bryan because he had Daniel Bryan as a rookie.
I don't think...
I think he believes it 100%.
There's a fine line of reality to that. And it's strictly because it was really smart of them to put Miz and Bryan together, because I remember when they were doing the pros versus rookies, and they announced Bryan Danielson and The Miz, everyone, including myself, was like, oh, great, Danielson's or Bryan's going to teach Miz. Who's going to teach Miz? Or whatever, you know? But they needed that heat. Miz and Bryan have had heat since day one.
It was great. It was actually, that made it watchable.
Well, and I think that's what made Daniel Bryan interesting to people that's not us or wasn't me that knew him from before.
Not you, because I didn't know. Like I'll be the first to admit it. I did not know Bryan Danielson.
Right.
So him coming in, like,
it was kind of boring. He's kind of vanilla.
Like the way that he was presented. I don't know if that was his presentation in the indie scene.
I mean, in the indie scene, I don't want to say unfortunately, but if you can wrestle a technical match, a good match, get some spots, you're awesome. You're a god out there. And in WWE, that doesn't work. And
it reminds me of Jack Sabre Jr.
Zach,
thank you. Did I say Jack? Yeah, Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, if you don't know him really well, or whatever, that's what he seems very vanilla.
Well, remember, it took me 3 matches seeing Sabre live before I was like, oh shit. Like,
right.
Like, the first 2 matches I saw with him, I'm like, this guy is boring as shit. And the crowd is like, oh, Zack Sabre Jr. Like, no. And then, like, that 3rd match, it was Cedric Alexander.
Was that? I thought it was maybe Gargano when you finally came around.
No, that was way too technical for him.
Oh, that's right. You didn't like the Gargano.
No, I didn't. I think that was the first match that I saw.
That was a bit boring.
It was. Yes, it was a boring match.
I loved it.
Well, you like technical wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, in the bedroom.
Figure 4. Boston Crab.
Still aching.
Oh, jeez. Gotta go now, guys.
Awkward.
No, but I think there's. I think The Miz did do Bryan justice. Like, by no means am I saying The Miz created Daniel Bryan, but he did good.
Okay. What got Daniel Bryan over was the Yes movement. That's what catapulted him to the heights that he got to in WWE. Because if you remember, and I understand that they gave him a storyline that was meant for CM Punk, but he got himself over. He was beyond dealing with the Miz at that point.
Yeah.
And the crowd just came with him, and all of that, all the stuff that, because, like, you can think back now and, like, reading AJ's book, I was remembering things. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. They did that with they had her with Daniel and they were like a couple that was crazy and like they almost got married and I'm like. I don't think of that in Daniel Bryan's run in the WWE. What I think about is him versus Triple H. The 3 matches in one night to get to the title. Like, that's what I think about. Actually, 2 matches, sorry. 2 matches for the title. And that was WrestleMania.
Yeah, WrestleMania 30.
The Yeselmania.
Yeselmania.
That's right. So, that's what I think of. I don't think about that goofy shit that they did at the beginning. I mean, I remember it, but...
You mean Team Hell No?
I remember Team Hell No.
Who doesn't?
I mean, that was some good stuff.
I enjoyed it. But, I mean, Bryan, he was successful in spite of everybody in the company. He literally could not be denied. Because as fans, we got behind him because that was our guy. He's just a plain dude who is not the big guy. He's not the muscle guy.
Who could wrestle his ass
He just
off.
loves the freaking business, and the company did not want him to be the guy, but it was great. That was a victory. That was the biggest victory the fans ever got. Because Daniel Bryan still to this day will say he was not. That was not supposed to happen.
Does Daniel Bryan happen had CM Punk not happened?
No.
Because I think, and this is one of the reasons why I love CM Punk, is CM Punk kicked down the door for a lot of the indie guys that are in the business now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And Daniel Bryan, CM Punk might have knocked the door down, but Daniel Bryan, I think he's the one that blew the door up.
Yeah.
Because it was Punk is in, and then it was this new kind of era, which I'm so sad because like I've been hearing that there was originally a plan that they were going to take Rollins, who was an indie guy,
right?
And they were Rollins and Ambrose and Hero, and they were going to be in a stable.
They're going to be the Shield.
Prior to the Shield,
okay.
They were talking about having them be like the Shield, coming in and invading, but then they were going to be like an indie crew, and Daniel Bryan was going to be the lead of them.
The Indie Takers.
I don't know what they were going to call them, but
no, that would also.
It would have been very cool.
No doubt. CJ over here quickly said the championship coordination pop in Seattle is what shot him into the stratosphere. Strange has the indie stable.
The indie stable. Nick C over here, Nick C 2009 says, "Who does WWE have that is under 30 years of age that is good?"
Under 30 years of age, it's good.
It's a good question.
I mean, are we talking superstar good or that can develop?
Look, I mean, I think the top guys right now are in their early 30s, most of them.
They're all the guys are
early to mid 30s.
Right.
Which, if you look back, like is a rarity to have. Like Orton had a lot of success young. Lesnar had a lot of success young, but it's kind of rare. When you really look at it, guys are going to come into the company and they're going to have to put in their dues for a while.
Right.
Bliss.
But I mean, if you want to look at the ladies, I think the majority of the ladies are under 30. Because how old is Charlotte? Charlotte 28, 29?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah, she's not 30 yet.
Yeah, so like I mean 90% of your women's division is going to be in that age range because and they don't really go for ladies that are older.
Yeah, look at Mickie James. I mean, she's a legend.
Good point.
Yeah, Charlotte was born in 86.
What do we got here?
Couple haters.
Justin says, I have to agree with Nerd. People still chant yes. Plus, him having a match with Cena at SummerSlam cemented his name.
Dude, those are great.
I just love when people agree with me. Thanks, Justin. Rocket says, I think Daniel Bryan is a vanilla midget. Rocket, are you secretly Peck?
A vanilla midget. No, that's Kevin Nash, obviously. Kevin Nash was all about calling people vanilla midgets.
Mm-hmm.
Was he?
Oh, yeah. He's famous for that.
Huh.
He called Benoit and Guerrero and all them vanilla midgets.
Eddie's too spicy to be vanilla.
It's too spicy, man. Love me some Eddie.
That was the whitest Eddie shake ever. Don't Like, don't watch that.
Let's go back and watch it.
Please don't. I've lost my train of thought here. No, we're trying to think about talent that's under 30.
Oh.
A lot of the cruiserweights are going to be...
The cruiserweights are probably... That's probably where you're at. You're probably looking at guys like Cedric Alexander, Jack Gallagher.
And Alexander's pushing it. I mean, he's probably like 28, 27, 28.
Oh, no doubt.
Gallagher, excuse me. He's got to be maybe 25, 26, I think.
Tyler Bate, he's 18,
Oh,
19?
he's a young guy.
Yeah,
he's a young
He's
guy.
the youngest guy, but
yeah.
I don't know if he's ever going to make it into, like, the superstardom. Pete Dunne.
Tough to say. Yeah, I mean, those guys, it's going to be depending on exposure. I know that they're planning on I think a weekly. Is it weekly European show?
Oh yeah, probably.
We'll see how that goes. I know that they're we're going to Takeover, and they have a match.
Right. Which brings me to strange ass question. Will Adam Cole go to NXT or the main event? I bet you that next week we see Adam Cole either in the stands or he has something to do with one of the matches at NXT Chicago.
Really?
I would put money on it.
Adam Cole, baby!
What's your opinion of him?
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Not like, oh my god, he's the best in the world. I've liked his work. I think he's got a good look. I think he works well in the ring.
He's got a good promo.
Yeah. I mean, I think the guy has the tools to. I think he's exactly what WWE likes. He's a good-looking dude. He can work. He's got he's not a big guy, but he can.
I mean, we're getting to the point where they don't have to be big guys anymore.
Yeah. Like Sterling says, he got kicked out of the Bullet Club tonight. You kind of saw that coming. Because he's been, and then I saw that Marty Scurll.
Every one of their wrestlers is the same as before, and they're all older. I mean, I think there is kind of a reliance on some of the older guys.
Yeah.
Like, look what they tapped into. They bringing Goldberg back, which I didn't feel anybody really needed, but it happened. One of my notes, and I wanted to make sure that I got to this. I've been feeling for a while I feel like I'm just waiting for the Enzo and Cass implosion.
Oh,
and
it's got to be coming soon.
And it wasn't last Raw, but the Raw after Payback, when I can't recall the match now. It was
the Hardys?
No, it was against the Club. It was against the Club. But Enzo had, to date, his best match 2 weeks ago on Raw. It was, I was like, yes. I was so happy for him.
Nice.
Because he was in there with Gallows. And he made it look great.
Nice.
They didn't win. He still took the pin. But, I saw something in Enzo I've not seen from their NXT time and through their main roster run.
Right.
That makes me feel like he legitimately could be a singles guy.
Okay.
So tip of the cap.
Do you ever see Enzo and Cass winning tag gold? Says Strange Life. Asks Strange Life.
I in the current tag divisions the way they are, man, they're keeping gold off of Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah.
How are you? No, I don't. I don't see it happening. I feel like eventually Cass, because he's a big guy, is gonna go on to a singles career.
The young Kevin Nash right now. No, but yeah, I think that's maybe how the breakup happens. They lose another championship match, and Zoe's all like, "Oh yeah, we almost got him," and Cass just turns on him, kind of blames him for it.
I'm surprised it didn't happen with that whole thing with Rusev.
Yeah, because Cass was really frustrated with that.
Ruru's coming to SmackDown this week. Handsome Rusev.
Even more handsome.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about Lana. She did
the Accolade.
Yeah.
She's using that right now as her finish.
Is that right?
Yeah. She's out there on the road right now. She's working shows. Aleister Black's working the main event in the UK in the main roster in the UK.
Really?
Yeah, apparently he's they're really high on him.
He's pretty freaking cool.
And maybe looking to skyrocket him.
I like him. I like everything I've seen so far.
Yeah, but I've also heard that they may be looking to skyrocket him in the 205 division.
I don't like that.
I don't understand that at all.
He's too. I understand that he meets the weight requirements, but he's too big. He's too big of a guy.
I think so. Maybe that's something they want to do. Maybe after Neville disposes of Aries, I think Neville will go over. And because I saw like a teaser pic with like of Aleister Black at the bottom of some stairs, but then from the top of him it was Neville holding his belt. So maybe they do something like that. You know, like maybe Neville will just calls people out and one of those things, and then Black goes back on NXT and keeps on doing his thing. What up, Fish? Welcome. We were talking about TNA, so sorry. And Sting, and
speaking of Sting, we were watching Impact. And
there was oh god, who is it? LAX came out and they had like kind of like this funeral kind of ceremony for
DK.
For Decay.
Whoa.
Because they beat them and
Crazy Steve was gone?
I don't know if he's gone or not. Like there's
he's gone.
For sure, legit he's signed with the WWE now.
If he's not signed, he's going to.
Because I've heard some questionable things about that, like it wasn't not 100%. But I think it was Rosemary was in the rafters and she had her face was painted like a skull. And I was like,
but they didn't do anything with it. They didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything. She just was like, I think it was Rosemary. I'm not sure. She was just standing there looking down.
Oh man.
I had a question that popped into my brain. With this whole Natty and the welcome committee, which I really can't stand. But I want to know, question for you guys out there. Has Total Divas destroyed Natty's ability to be a believable heel?
Probably. I don't watch Total Divas anymore. Well, I haven't seen the season. But I mean, probably.
I just don't buy it anymore. Like, I can't. I just cannot. Like, I understand she's working her ass off to beat a heel and beat a believable heel. Right. But all I see is fucking crazy Catwoman. I mean, she's a talented wrestler.
Oh, she's great.
Sometimes she works up to her talent. Yeah. To the talent she's in the ring with. Let me say that. But I feel like Total Divas has completely ruined her ability to be a heel. She has to be that like kooky character that she is on that show. I don't know.
Fish. Glenn says always a TNA jab. Since you talk about TNA, I'm out. And then Strange Day says since she can be a big bitch sometimes on Total Divas, so it doesn't bother me. She can be pretty bitchy.
She's got the knack for saying the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Every time. Every time.
Yeah, she's I don't know. I love Natty at the end of the day.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to knock her.
Why do you hate her?
I don't. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to also start a little bit of a controversy.
Oh, perfect.
I think Sin Cara's been replaced.
Oh yeah,
he has.
Conspiracy theory?
That is definitely not.
We're like, I mean, the minute he came to the ring
with the whole body,
he's a bigger guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We have a new Sin Cara. That's just.
I fast forwarded to the match.
I'm just throwing it out there. That is not the same Sin Cara.
He's bigger.
And I realized that would be Sin Cara number 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just saying that's not the same Sin Cara.
Wow. I'm going to. Well, I guess I'll have to pay attention next time I see him. I like Kalisto's new look. I love the mask and the dark eyes.
The dark, yeah.
I think it's I'll with it.
I'm glad he's back on TV.
He reminds me of Drago.
Doing good lucha things.
Oh, it definitely looks like Drago now, but he's definitely back on TV doing his good lucha things, which is
about time.
Which is a good thing.
How are you feeling about the Fashion Files?
Oh, I love them. Dude, I am all in on the fashion police. I'm all in on them.
You love Brazongo?
I love it. I love it.
All right.
I'm all in on it. Hold on. Let's catch up over here. So Strange Eye says so that doesn't bother him. Natty being a bitch. Glenn says, I mean, Total Divas is fake as hell too. Well, yeah, it's pretty scripted.
What?
Strange Eye says it's Val Venus. Where is Val Venus? These reality TV shows make me sick, says Fish. Techno Drone Callisto. Yeah. His new music is something.
It's something, all right.
Yeah, it's Techno Drone. That's actually pretty perfect right there. Yes, something. What else you got here, Zoe?
Yeah. I made a little mention that Kevin Owens. We already talked about that. He got the title back.
Yeah. I love Deputy Dango. Who doesn't?
and Fandango in his English detective costume this week was quite funny.
Oh, no doubt.
And
the UK crowd loves him, like Fish says. They're all Fandangoing. He's got to love that every time he goes there. He's like, yeah.
It's like the one crowd that knows me and loves me. We had something that I've been looking forward to finally occurred on NXT, and that was the debut of Mrs. Wrestling.
She was in the Battle Royal, right?
Yes, she was.
How exciting was that? That was so cool. She was in it. Kimber was in it.
Yeah, and some talent that we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
the big girls, which I don't remember the names, like the tall one and
the other one, and then there was that other one that was in there.
No, that was a fun match. I loved seeing Mrs. Wrestling in there.
I didn't care for the finish at all.
Asuka interfering.
Yeah, and man, Ember Moon. When she got thrown out of the ring.
Dude, that was nasty.
Woo!
Is that where her injury came from?
I believe so.
Like, is that legit?
That was
right?
man.
It was odd for me because it was like she fell out and jumped.
Oh yeah, she flew out of the ring.
She like launched herself a little too much.
Right into the gate. Yeah, into the fence. It was nasty. Yeah, so I didn't care for the ending of that, and I was like, Asuka's better than that. Like she's clearly better than all of the girls in that ring.
Hey, you watch it. Ruby Riott. I'm joking.
You know I love
Asuka,
Ruby.
No, for sure. Asuka's in a class of her own.
I'll be cheering for Ruby.
Oh man, I'm all in. I'm all in on the Psycho Killer, Mr. Wrestling. Dude, I want to take my Bluetooth and just
AAW comes to Rosemont's.
Bro,
yes!
It's happening. It's happening. I really can't wait to see Ciampa and Gargano. And then obviously Heidi.
Oh, we totally have to start singing Psycho Killer.
Oh yeah, I mean
like the full-blown song.
Yeah, it has to. I gotta bring my Bose Bluetooth speaker and just
boombox, bro. We'll call you Radio Rakim for the night.
You know something we haven't mentioned at all today. Congratulations to the Danielsons.
Yes, indeed.
The little birdie is
Birdie Joe.
Birdie Joe. Birdie Joe has flew into the nest.
I do have to say, I was like, way to brand your kid. Birdie B is
right.
Their brand.
Right.
And I was like, oh, come on.
I thought the same thing, but then I thought maybe did she know that it wanted her to name her child Birdie, and
maybe.
And then they named the company after that.
Justin says, in a way, if you think about it, it does ruin an image. If you get two different personalities, such as Steph and Triple H, playing bad guys, but are really nice people outside of the ring. Okay, so he's jumping back to the natty thing. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. What were you gonna say, Intern? You were gonna say something.
I no longer remember. And that's okay. It's probably dumb.
No, it's probably awesome. Every time you're like Silent Bob of Wrestling Talking Randomness. Every time you speak, awesomeness comes out.
Oh, that's cool.
Silent Intern. She goes, oh, that's cool. Strange Life goes, named her daughter after her brand. Gross. Woof. Oh, your girlfriend.
One more thing I did want to say about the ladies match on NXT a couple weeks ago. It was an over the top rope battle royale.
Yes.
How about the woman getting it done over the top?
That was extra rope.
Damn time.
that extra rope.
Talk about breaking the rope ceiling.
Breaking barriers, man.
Well done, ladies. Well done.
The women's revolution died. It's popping. It is happening.
No, I mean, but it is. It is though. If you look in that ring, it's not big blonde hair, fake titties, asses hanging out. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. No, but there were maybe, let's say, 15 women in that ring, and there were like 15 different looks.
Oh, I'm all for it. That's awesome. Well, except for Billy Kane Payne Royce, right? Okay. 14 different looks.
Yeah.
No, that it was an awesome match. I loved seeing all those women, which is great. It looks like they have a fresh new crop of women that they can work into the division.
And I guess, I mean, they have that women's tournament that's going to be coming up, so we'll be seeing a further influx.
Strange Day says, "Did you guys talk nudes here, or are we waiting for the intern to go to bed?"
I'm awake, man.
We talking about Charlotte?
Yeah, I guess the Charlotte nudes.
I mean, I haven't seen them.
I have.
I didn't.
For research, obviously.
Nobody sent me any.
For research.
You're a married man.
You sent me the links with Paige stuff.
Hey, man, shut up. No, I didn't.
You're acting like I haven't already seen them.
No, I didn't. No.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
The Charlotte ones?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't send me no links?
Yeah, I thought you usually see this stuff before me.
I haven't talked to you about it.
I'll tell you this thing about the Charlotte leaks, though. There was a lot of people wanting to take shots at Charlotte, but I guarantee you, like, a lot of, because online especially, a bunch of dudes like, oh man, she's got no ass, or this or that, she's ugly. It's like, none of them would ever turn down Charlotte. No. Ever. So people need to get over themselves.
Well, no, that's the whole thing. It's the balls you get when you're sitting behind a keyboard.
Keyboard warriors, man.
It's you bunch of fucking trolls out there that they don't even think about what they're saying about fucking other human beings.
Right.
Now, I mean, I know that we've welcomed trolls on this show.
Oh, no doubt.
Well, because we're heartless.
No doubt.
No souls. But I gotta say, like, when it comes to, I'm a little protective of the people that I like.
I gotcha.
So when I saw what happened with Paige and all of that stuff that came out, I really felt bad for her.
Right.
And I don't know where that puts her in her career, and at such a young age too. I haven't seen the Charlotte stuff. Mm-hmm. Obviously, she's weathering it just fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know that there was Alexa Bliss talk. I don't know if that stuff has come out yet.
No, so there was Alexa pics that leaked, but like she must have a really good team because she proved that they're photoshopped. Like, these are the originals, and it was a totally different girl.
Gotcha. A couple of notes over here.
Yes.
Justin's asking if it's too early to talk Backlash predictions. I don't think so. Especially because I don't think we're going to be on next week. Correct?
Oh yeah, we're probably definitely not going to be on next week. Quick note about Backlash. I had said it in a tweet. It's weird. It's sad that the least excited show I'm for next week is one with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura on the card, and that's the show I'm least interested in even attending. I'm not going to attend. I don't even have tickets for Backlash, so I probably won't go. But
you're like in a 7-day span, you're going to
every show possible.
You're going to what? It's Freelance and Underground together.
Freelance, Underground, AAW.
Which, by the way, this guy goes out and he tweets what he's going to Evolve and all this stuff, and he's like, "What a week!" And AAW reached out and corrected you.
He sure did. Sure did, AEW.
They're like, "Hey, bro, not this Thursday, next Thursday."
And with the dope. Yeah. Hey, man, I was excited.
Good looking out AEW.
Excited for wrestling.
But still, 7-day span, you're seeing a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
Did you get your Jim Ross tickets?
No. I didn't. And I think that's going to interfere with Evolve, because Jim Ross is what, on Saturday?
No, it's on Sunday.
Oh, Jim Ross on Sunday? Man, there's even more possibilities. Okay.
It's at like 2:00 on Sunday.
Okay. Because I thought Jim Ross was on Saturday, and I think, okay, if it's on Sunday, then because I really, really want to see that. What had happened with Evolve was, have a friend whose name starts with Big L, uh, and he used to serve this country, and apparently,
Shout out to Big L.
they get lotteries for like free tickets and things.
Oh, okay.
And he entered for Evolve, and
And got
him.
Nice.
Like, oh, sweet.
Where's the Evolve show?
The field house over where the Ring of Honor was.
Okay.
Strange Life. What's going on with Matt Riddle? I love Matt Riddle. Why are you saying his name? Did he show up to Ring of Honor? Is he there? Is he in the Bullet Club? What's happening? I need to know these things. I love the King of Bros.
Nick C wants to know: do we want to see Ronda Rousey in the WWE?
I'm over it. If she's there, she's there. If not,
they missed an opportunity.
No, I don't want to see Ronda in WWE. You know why? Because all the idiot fans, they won't let her UFC career be, and they'll just troll her and like, I don't want to see it. I don't.
That's sad because I know that's always been what she's wanted to do when she's done with the UFC.
Yeah.
And I think she's probably done with the UFC.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure she did. Although I don't know how big of a UFC fan you are, but they have a major fight just announced today. They're gonna have John Bones Jones come back versus DC Cormier.
Really?
Yeah, they signed officially for July 29th. Ah, god damn it! He goes, really? He goes, no. I just had a riddle Tourette say, man. Sometimes we need.
Bro!
I love that guy, man. He's gonna be a star. I'm telling you, man. He's gonna be a superstar.
He is a star. The kid's already a star.
Let WWE get his hands on him, man. It's happening.
Okay, you know what? Here's the thing.
What thing?
WWE is scooping up like everybody.
Yes.
I'm a little over it.
I feel you.
From the standpoint of they're not doing anything with the talent they have.
Because they like all their old guys.
And they're not even letting them go to their full potential either.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
we're gonna get Pentagon.
We love. Oh God. We love that Sami Zayn is in the WWE. But what is Sami Zayn doing other than playing a goofy character right now?
He's playing a guy with heart, so that's all.
Right.
All heart, Sami Zayn.
Yeah. You got Kevin Owens.
Hey man, at least he's been a top guy.
Kevin Owens is a top guy, but like in spite of everything that it sounds like the backstage murmurs are.
He's got a murmur.
I don't know. Finn. What have they done with him?
Oh man, well I mean, come on.
I know he's been hurt.
Yeah.
But what have they done?
John, what's it? John, James Dean
Jacob,
Cool. James Dean Cool. John Wayne Tough.
Oh.
Come on, man, he's dreamy.
Oh god damn it.
He had a fantastic run at NXT. You can't tell me he didn't. He had a fantastic run
in NXT, absolutely.
And then he was chosen to be the Universal Champ, the very first Universal Champ, but then he got injured. And now he's got to work his way back a bit.
I don't like the way they've handled him.
Wow.
On the main roster.
Strange J says Sammy is the Seinfeld of WWE.
What is it with Kevin Owens? Why is it they put a ladder in the ring and I gotta climb it to get the belt?
It's in the ring. Oh man.
Rocket says Sami Zayn, aka El Generico, aka Seth Rogen. He does look like Seth Rogen.
He does. Poor guy. He deserves better. He's never gonna be world champ. He's Dolph Ziggler. He's the new Ziggler. Poor Ziggs also. Look what they're doing to Nakamura. He's the artist now.
What the F?
Yeah, I was getting to that. Artist known as Nakamura.
Oh yeah, that's
sucks balls. It sucks fucking balls.
Does it suck great balls of fire?
You know?
Yes.
We're smarks.
Yes, no doubt.
And as such,
Mm-hmm.
we like to think that we know everything.
I mean, kind of invented wrestling.
I mean, you totally invented wrestling, and I'm just hanging on to your coattails, for dear life. But with the amount of talent that's on the main roster,
scroll over beating Adam Cole.
No.
Strange Eye, sorry to interrupt you, but Strange Eye says that Adam Cole even got the old thank you Cole chance. Confirmed.
So, spoiler alert.
Yes.
Henry just interrupted my soft of the week.
Hit me with his O. Sorry, that was breaking news.
So I don't know if I can get that build back now, man.
God
damn it.
Do we have a Bay of the Week?
Of course not.
So, with all the talent that's on the roster, and the fact that we know how capable Triple H is of running a show, NXT, it's sad that we've got people running these shows that don't know what to do with their talent. And it's sad because it's like, hey, I'm happy for these guys. They're making a paycheck, but a lot of them are not getting to do what they came to the game to do.
True.
And they can all, 80% of that roster right now can go and have and a lot of the guys that came up from NXT already are former champions elsewhere, and they're being relegated to mid card or opening matches or
pre-shows.
Pre-show fish.
It's about time to pass the fucking gauntlet on to the new generation.
It's hard, man.
And I can't get to myself because I just can't. I lost my momentum.
God damn it, Hank. Son of a bitch.
So instead, I'm gonna just give myself the soft of the week.
Don't soft yourself.
WFT soft. Yeah.
Remember last show I softed you? Heel turn. That was funny.
Yeah, remember this show when you didn't come prepared with a Bay of the Week? Or the last week? Or the week before that?
Listen, if you're going to accuse me of coming to a show unprepared, you got to elaborate, because that's every show, buddy. That is every show. That's how I live my life. But speaking of Bays of the Week, the Underground show, whatever freelance underground show,
At the brewery.
That's the one to be at. All the bays are gonna be there.
Is that right?
Thunder Rosa's gonna be there.
Oh.
The girl Shotsky's gonna be there. My girl Kylie Ray is gonna be there. Another girl's gonna be there.
So many girls are gonna be there.
So many real women, girls, real life women that are pretty and girls.
Awesome.
And girls. Totally real.
Live.
Totally organic. But yeah.
And perhaps a Space Monkey?
Just Space Monkey, the STDs.
Bro, let me get to...
My boy Ethan Page.
Lay down some AAW for us. What happened last week?
AA Dubs was awesome, man. It was another hot crowd, hot show. It started off with what was the opening? So we had like a six-man match, just a bunch of random local dudes.
Okay.
Space Monkey was in it. Connor Braxton was in it. Arrow Boy was in it. Was it Arrow Boy? Yes, Arrow Boy was in it. Some luchador, he won.
Arrow Boy.
Yeah, so that was a fun opening match. Sami Zayn and ACH went up. Sami Callihan and ACH. Why's looking at me? Oh wait,
Sami Zayn.
He was there. Callahan and ACH went on second for the big effing belts.
The big effing belt match was second?
There was a method behind that madness.
Okay.
Because Dave Christ from OI4K, Ohio's for Killers, he missed the show. I guess he's been sick recently. So Sammy filled in the main event as a tag match.
Gotcha.
So anyway, ACH came out hot.
Double work.
Well, what was so after Arrow Boy won, Sammy Callahan came out and attacked Arrow Boy.
Did he take his mask?
He was going to, because he's a mask collector in AAW.
That's right.
And so ACH came out, Phoenix came out and beat up Callahan. And so then ACH came out, the ref was like, ring the bell, ring the bell. It was like if he was cashing in or something. Mm-hmm. So the crowd was going nuts because it seemed like ACH was going to win the AAW World Championship there. So he got him up, he hit him with moves or whatever his moveset is. He did these things.
He hit him with his booty, his magnificent booty. What?
Long story short, a bunch of hey, Felix, I got, for the love of God, too sweet, Felix. There it is, boom. Says somebody, too sweet, and for the love of God. Hey man, so you just need to
wait. 1, 2, sweet.
Oh, what's happening? But so yeah, Sammy Callahan retained. Next, Birthday Boy Cole Cabana came out. I thought for a second, I tried spreading the rumor that Phillip Brooks was going to show up because, it was in Logan Square, it was his buddy's birthday.
But they're not buddies anymore.
They're not, I guess not, right? Or they're...
I don't know, I thought they fought
I hear Punk has got heat with Colt for showing up at a WWE show.
But it's been a while.
Yeah, probably.
That wasn't that long ago.
I'm sure they've cleaned up the spilled milk and stopped crying about it. So as everyone's singing Happy Birthday to Colt, you hear someone interrupt and people go, holy shit. For a second I thought it was Punk. It was Ethan Page unannounced. I was really excited because I love me some Ethan Page. Cuts a promo, they have a fun match. Anyway, the real gold is in Michael Elgin versus Zack Sabre Jr. Hot match. Holy shit. Like
that had to be great.
If I'm telling you last month, Michael Elgin versus Matt Riddle was one of the best matches I've ever seen. What's this guy's name? Michael Elgin versus ZSJ was right up there with it, if not better.
Wow.
It was incredible. There were so many false finishes, and it was disgusting. It was like, go out of your way to see that match. Do what you can. Just
spend your money. Go to AAW, and they have a video-on-demand service.
Yeah, I'm telling you, just watch that match. I promise you, you will not regret it.
You won't. And look, AAW, and they don't pay us to say this. We're just fans. They're probably in the top 5 of the independent scene right now in terms of the talent that they bring in and the shows they put on.
The only thing PWG has in AAW is that they get the Bucks and Adam Cole. But it's location. Yeah, I mean that's the West Coast, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in LA. Strange
Eye says if ACH and Naomi had a kid, it would have the biggest ass ever. True.
It would be all ass.
Yeah. Another thing I'll go ahead. You got something there?
Yeah, Justin just asked a question. If you were going to join WWE, would you fear not being used to your full potential?
Yes.
I feel that a lot of people have to have that in the back of their mind, judging by how the current product is run.
I couldn't agree more. I think that's in the back of everybody's mind.
We have seen proof of that because I remember when Mustafa went up, he's like, I'll probably be there for years.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly, yep. That's exactly like the proof. I mean, he said it on the mic. He goes, guys, I'll probably be back here in a year. But I think everyone goes in there knowing that.
Yeah, and I mean, but then you also hear from guys that have been there, and it's like, I was just listening to not my favorite guy, but John Morrison, on Colt's podcast.
Yeah,
and he just was like talking about when he walked away from his contract was up, and they had offered him a new contract, and he walked away.
Right.
And it was just a matter of getting his life back.
Yeah, I mean,
like not being told where to be 24/7.
I get that.
Not working 250 days in a year, like taking those bumps. Those bumps.
I can't really ever hate on someone for that because I we only hear of the grind it is for them, but man, we have no idea.
Oh no, I couldn't even imagine.
We really can't as fans. Like, oh yeah, they have to travel a lot, but like, dude, they're up early, out late.
Bailey has been posting on Twitter like the last couple of days, and it's like woke up in France, wrestled in Germany, going to sleep in the Netherlands.
Yeah,
like that's insane.
Yep.
In a single in a 24-hour period, you're in 3 fucking different countries. I realize that like Europe, you can get around and stuff, but like
still,
that's a lot of travel.
Yeah,
not enough
like that's like to a way lesser extent. That's like if, like, hey, woke up in Chicago or we wrestled in Michigan and freaking fell asleep in Philadelphia.
There you go.
I'd be exhausted.
Hell yeah.
I'd be exhausted.
That's a long day. Because let me tell you, I woke up in that room, went into that room, and now I'm in this room, and I'm tired as fuck.
Science. One little last ribbon on AAW. Well, I'll put a cap in it quick. First time we had a new talent to AAW this month. The Limitless. Oh, Paco was there. Limitless Keith Lee.
Yes, I've seen him. I've seen some of his some videos.
Let me tell you, that is a very, very intimidating man.
It's a big dude.
He is tall, he is big, and it looks like, how are you gonna hurt this guy? He had a good match with Pentagon Junior. I'm still gonna call him Pentagon Junior.
I think to play it safe, it's just Penta.
Penta. Oh, well, he can sue us, can't, right? He fought a Pentagon.
Yeah, that's right.
He fought the United States Pentagon. Anyway, they had a good match. But I was just impressed with Lee. Just like he's the only guy probably I've seen like live from the AAW for the last few years going, where I was just like, oh, damn, I would never fuck with that guy. Like you just wouldn't. Like I would not fuck with him. Like and it doesn't help that I'm bigger than I'm bigger than 90% of the AAW roster. You know, so but Keith Lee was just like, fuck.
Like fuck that guy.
Like, you are a big man, sir.
I know that he's been burning it up in the indies. I'm surprised it took him that long to get into AAW. Yeah. I'm glad to see that he's there. I know there's a lot of talk about him right now.
Yeah. So that, and then the main event was, pardon me, AR Fox and Ray Phoenix versus OI4K for the tag team championships. AR Fox got thrown into the crowd and I had to help him up again.
Oh no!
He landed. Jake Chris just took him and tossed him right over the barrier.
And he was like, "Where's the intern?"
Yeah. He's like, "Where's the intern?" I'm like, "Man, they're not here this week." I was like, "Damn." But it was crazy because Jake Chris throws AR Fox into the stands, literally in the chairs. Like it's gonna be really hard for him to get up. So people are just like standing there. So just like, yo, help him, grab him, like help him get up. And so like people are just like trying to grab him by his shoulder, get him like, dude, grab his freaking hand and pull him up. Like goddamn rookies. I think you've been there before, guys.
Get over the way. Fox, come on, bro.
It's probably like the third time I've had to help him up.
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty much boys. I'm pretty much part of the show now, guys. Just offer me the contract. I'll sign. Where do I sign AEW?
We're watching Impact this week.
Was I on it?
No, you were not.
Are you sure?
But Desmond
Xavier.
Yeah. I was gonna say it.
What? You look like you were asking for a cue.
No, Desmond Xavier.
Was
on the show because he's in the
Global Force.
Well, he's a Global Force, Impact, all the same shit now. Which, by the way, new Global Force champion, Alberto El Patron.
But he was wearing Alberto Del Real gear. Did you see he was wearing the ADR gear?
Did you? I didn't notice.
The red gear? It was all ADR. But anyway.
Paige says he's hot and red.
Poppy. Hey, Poppy.
No. Anyway. Yeah. So I just thought, like, seeing Desmond Xavier in Impact, I was like, hey, I saw that guy almost die.
A few times.
Remember when he jumped off of the balcony?
God, that was scary.
The whole
Right by
crowd.
us.
The whole crowd was here. Please don't die.
Yeah.
Please don't die.
There's 5 wrestlers pushing the crowd out of the way.
Move,
Move,
guys.
move.
And
then this guy just comes
oh shit!
out of the balcony.
Literally went over our heads.
On the concrete.
Poor guy. Oh, last thing. Never cared for the man. He's Pac's nemesis, Eddie Kingston. I think he hung him up. He did the whole speech where apparently when he gets hit now, his left side of his body goes numb. And you could kind of see his left arm was hanging during the match.
Really?
Yeah, so he cut a promo after, he was crying, and he was just like,
he's done.
Yeah, he goes. They kind of like, I guess you can say that David Starr finally took out Eddie Kingston. Congratulations, you son of a bitch! But that was it, and it was just like a really like awkward like moment. But like he was legit. He was crying, and
he was like Mr. AAW. When
he looked like crap.
Up.
Oh, no doubt, for sure. And he looked like crap. He gained. I'm not one to talk, but he gained a lot of weight. He just didn't look good.
He hasn't been on Impact for a long time, like easily a month.
Yeah, he came out looking super weird. He came out with that mask, and then with like some kind of like long trench thing.
I never really cared for him either, but I hate to hear any of the guys.
Anyway.
Look, because regardless if I like his character or not, I 100% respect what every guy and girl that steps into the freaking ring, what they do.
Oh, no.
Because I don't know that I could ever do it.
Oh.
I doubt that I could ever do it. So I absolutely 100% respect.
Oh, they've been in some shit.
And him, man, some of the matches in AEW.
Him and Callahan, they've gone to war, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean...
Nick C. wants to know, what is the one match you won't see WWE do? Well, I'll tell you, this is an easy answer. I don't think you'll ever see a bra and panties match again. Damn it. It's plain and simple. I don't think we'll ever see that again.
True.
But if you want to talk about, like...
A barbed wire match?
Like, booking-wise...
Hopefully House of Horrors is on that list. We'll never see it again. I'd rather see a Punjabi prison match again than a House of Horrors match.
Punjabi prison number 3?
For Jinder Mahal and Randy.
Oh, they could bust it out. They're probably dusting it off right now.
You saw Papa Mix. It's in the storage. Punjabi prison. It's happening.
Oh, God.
So happens Kali's laying him.
Oh, jeez.
He's sleepy.
This is where he's been.
I don't know. Like this, I don't think we'll ever see House of Horrors again. Hopefully, probably not gonna see an Inferno match anytime soon ever again.
No, probably not.
That was a pretty crazy concept. You gotta light your opponent on fire.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Like, honestly, with the departure of The Undertaker, I don't think you'll see another casket match in the WWE. I have a feeling, and Nick, correct me if I'm wrong, you're talking bookings, like guy versus guy, and we're kind of talking angles.
Oh, okay.
But, I can't, because off the top of my head, I can't really think of, like, who, like, that's a little more difficult. Unless maybe he is talking about booking what kind of match it is.
But what couldn't Bray? I could see them doing a casket match with Bray.
I don't really equate Bray with that.
But they're doing anything.
I kind of do, yeah. I could see it with Bray.
Yeah.
He'd have like some wacky type
Justin
of
says Buried Alive. See, now Buried Alive, I could see that with Bray.
Right. Something like that. I could see a Buried Alive match. What else? What are some stupid matches they've had?
Stupid idiots.
Jericho on a pole, man.
I was going to say list on a pole.
List on a pole. You just made the list.
You think they'll do the hanging cage again?
Oh, the Shark Tank or whatever it was?
Yeah.
The Crash Cage?
Mm-hmm.
Please make sure you get the marketing right. It's the Crash Cage.
Oh, my bad. Crash Cage. Glenn chimes in with a very smart TNA chance.
There is going to be a... God damn it, what's the gimmick match?
They don't even call TNA anymore, Glenn. Get it right.
Yeah.
Called Impact. Read a book.
Yeah, come on.
Read a book.
the X Division. What's their gimmick match? Damn it, what's it called? Intern.
The X Division match?
It wasn't. You said something.
The X
big
is
X.
Extreme X? No. Damn it.
Extreme salsa.
See, that's because you don't TNA, bro.
I don't.
You don't even like TNA.
Glenn,
help me out here. What's the X Division match that they're bringing back next week?
Damn it! What is that shit called? No one's responding. It's strange. I would probably get it. I know what you're talking about. It's not Bound for Glory.
No, it's something X.
The X Division, Extermination,
I remember one of the first matches I saw was the Motor City Machine Guns in that match, and it kind of drew my attention. But yeah, I've really slowed the show down to a halt.
Yeah, way to go. Now I gotta look up this match.
I'm a stupid idiot.
Total Nonstop? No. The Ultimate X?
Is it Ultimate X?
I think so.
Well, they're bringing that back for this Impact this week. That's the main event.
I think, yeah, it's an Ultimate X match. Yeah, guaranteed. Yep, definitely.
Yep.
That one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ultimate X. Don't worry. I got it, guys. Strange that says, I don't know, but the one where they climbed the hanging X wire. Exactly.
There you go.
Glenn, sorry I got kicked out of Lost Connection. Yeah, it's probably because you're at work. Yeah. Winking it to us, you weirdo.
I brought the smolder there.
You brought sleeves. Oh, hey, speaking of sleeves, the Pro Wrestling Tees, 20% off for, the next, well, it's probably over. Let me see.
For the next 0 minutes.
For the next nerds. No, not Pro Wrestling. Not Pro Wrestling Tees.
I'm closing up the notes, man.
The nerds of nerd. Write them in, man.
I like it.
I like it. I love it.
Did you guys read the
Buff
article?
Bagwell's mom on a forklift.
Well, what?
Did you guys read the article on what Triple H was saying about the Jinder Mahal's push?
That he earned it?
Yeah.
He deserves it.
But then at the end of the article, it was just like, plus they just expanded in India.
Oh, and this whole thing. I lied. You got till 12 p.m. Friday at 12 p.m. for 24 hours. So, but it's 12 a.m. It started 12 hours ago. So you have another 12 hours to order and get 20% off everything at ProWrestlingTees.com using the promo code 300K.
You've heard it here first.
Might get me an AR Fox shirt.
Actually, and I think WWE Shop is running the buy one get one for $1 special.
Why are we giving all these free promos out?
I don't know, because we don't have a shop.
Because we love our fans.
Yes, and our fans love merch.
Speaking of merch, did you see the latest edition?
The Steve Gold?
Yes.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, you showed me last time I was here. It was,
I wasn't there.
No, it wasn't, but it's cold. It's cold. So it's cool. It's cold, dog. It's
so
cold.
it's that's a WWE Loot Crate, the Slam Crate exclusive,
right?
And it's going to be a series of 4. So the next one is Triple H.
How cool!
Yeah, next. So in 2 months.
It looks like the Celebrity Deathmatch,
doesn't it?
Yeah. Destination X is a pay-per-view that featured X Division. Oh, cool! Thanks, Glenn.
Wow, I think that ends the show. Right?
Way to go, Glenn! You killed our show. Oh yeah, man, we can wrap it.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Let's do it.
A little bit of housekeeping here, guys. You know where to find us. I hope at this point.
Hey man.
At Hank312.
That's me.
At Incidental Nerd on Twitter. You can follow. You can like us on Facebook. We're just Wrestling Talking Randomness on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube.
Oh man,
Wrestling Talking Randomness. I think we have a good amount of our shows of the 94 are up there. I would say probably about 60 shows, maybe more. I've done as many as we can that we actually managed to record. So they're up there on YouTube if you guys ever get bored and want to go check them out.
Yeah. We're not going to be on next week because we got our WrestleMania weekend. It's pretty much like WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, it's a big wrestling weekend here, and is it 2 weeks in a row?
What do you mean?
Well, next weekend, this coming Friday, you say you have something to go to. What is that? Evolve?
Friday.
Because next Friday, it's Friday the 26th.
Is what?
Is Underground and Freelance.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to that.
And you said this coming Friday.
We're doing outfield work.
Yeah, like the 19th.
We'll see you when we see you, man. Just check us out on our social medias.
Yeah, we tweet, we Facebook.
I'm with that, Glenn. Glenn wants to, if he's ever off on a Friday, wants to come be a special guest and give us handies under the table.
Me too.
Yeah.
Small table, man. Small table.
Small table.
Sorry, man. Small table. Yeah.
Although I do have something to pitch to you for episode 100, so we'll need to talk.
Ooh.
So we'll be back at it for episode 95 at some point.
We'll be back at some point.
Thanks
maybe
for joining
we'll
us.
the Saturday show.
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh.
Who knows?
Ooh.
So until then, we have been
Treat each other with respect.
Hank 312.
Oh, that's me.
And Incidental Nerd.
That's my man.
And Wrestling Talk and Randomness.
And Intern.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for a great show, Intern. Love, peace, and booty grease.
Booty grease. Bye, kids.